Very good morning, children. Children, in our earlier lecture, we had begin with chapter number 3, right, children? Now we'll just revise what we did in our earlier lecture, and then we will continue with this lecture. First, we had seen about diversity in plants. What do you all understand by the word diversity? Diversity means difference, different plants. Okay, children. Then we have seen about three kinds of plants, that is autotrophic, heterotrophic, and insectivorous plants. Yes, children. Can you give me some examples of autotrophic plants? Yes, hibiscus, pomegranate, periwinkle. Why are they called as autotrophic plants? Since they make their own food in presence of sunlight. Okay. Next, we have seen about heterotrophic plants. For example, funguses, loranthus, dodder, etc. They use other plants for food. Fine. Next, we have seen about insectivorous plants. For example, pitcher plant. They consume insects. Yes, children. Then we have seen about the structure of a plant. Children, basically, plant structure is divided into two parts: the stem that grows above the ground and the root which grows below the ground surface. Okay, root, stem, leaves, flowers, fruits are the main parts of the plant. Fine, children. Then we have seen in detail about the structure of a plant. Yes, children. First, we have seen about the root. What do the roots do? The roots hold the soil firmly and anchor the plant. Yes, the main function of the root is what? The main functions of the root is to absorb and transport water and nutrients for the soil. Okay, some of the roots also store food, and there are two types of roots: taproot and fibrous root. Next, we have seen about the stem. The height, shape, and size of the plant depends upon the stem, and the function of the stem is production, conduction, and storage of food. And in some plants, it also performs the function of reproduction. And the main function of the stem is to give support to all parts of the plant. Fine. Third, we have seen about the leaves. Yes, the leaf is always flat. Okay, and the leaf plays an important role in production of food. Yes, children, agree? Yes. In the last lecture, I had told you about small microscopic openings in the leaf. What are they called, children, if you are remember it? Yes, we call it stomata. Okay, and they are responsible for the production of food. And leaves are mainly of two types: simple and compound leaves. Fine, children. Then we have seen about flower. The flower is the most attractive part of a plant. It is connected to a stem by a stalk. Okay, it has an important role in reproduction, and it has a typical color and shape. Fine. Next is the fruit. Fruits have a different shape and taste and smell. Fine, children, and they contain one or more seeds. Children, why there is a need for classification? According to you? Yes, there is a need for classification since there are a variety of plants. There is a great diversity in the plants. So, if we need to identify that which plant is this or which tree is this, we need classification. Children, then we had talked about a scientist, Carolus Linnaeus. Yes, he made the first scientific classification of plants based on the nature of the stem. Where does the plant grow? Means its area, height, branches, leaves, flowers, nature of the fruit, and its uses. Okay, means which part is used. Fine, children. Now we will. This was all about the last lecture. Now we will come to today's lecture. Classification of plants. We can easily notice the differences in the shape and height of the plants in our surroundings, and it is easy to classify them on the basis of this observation, right, children? Yes. Now, first we'll see about trees. Trees are plants that grow tall. Their stem or trunk is hard and strong. They have branches at some height above the ground. They bear flowers and fruits for many years. Okay, and they are perennial. That means they live for many years. Fine, children? Yes. Next, we'll come to shrubs. Some plants grow close to the ground. They give out branches very close to the ground. They are shorter and smaller than trees, but they have a thick and hard stem. The oleander, hibiscus, lantana, coranti, and rose are shrubs that may grow up to 2 to 3 meters. Fine, children? Yes. Next is herbs. The growth of the herb is, children, 1 to 1.5 meters tall. The stems of herbs are green and quite flexible as compared to those of trees and bushes. Herbs may live for a few months or up to 2 years. Fine, children? According to the size and height of the stems, plants can be classified into 3 types, that is, trees, shrubs, and herbs. Fine, children? There is another type called as vines. Some vines need vertical support for growing, while some others spread on the ground. Climbers like money plant have aerial roots. Have you seen cucumber tendrils that look like a spring? Yes, children. Of what use they could be? Touch the stem of any vines. What do you feel? The stem of a creeper is very flexible, soft and green. It grows rapidly with the help of a support. Fine, children. You can see figure 3.4. It has various creepers and climbers. Fine. Children, you may have the question that for how many years do crops like bajra, wheat, corn, radish, marigold live? Right, children? The life cycle of plants like jawar, sunflower, is completed in 1 year. These plants are called as annuals, since the word annual is related to 1 year. Fine. The life cycle of plants like carrot, beetroot is of 2 years. They are called as biennials. Bi means two. Okay, 2 years. Shrubs like hibiscus and oleander and trees like mango and gulmohar live for several years and bear flowers and fruits. They are called as perennials, means they live long life. According to the period of their life cycle, plants are classified as annuals, biennials, and perennials. Fine, children? Children, tell me, to which parts of plants are butterflies and insects attracted? Yes, flowers. Right, children? So, plants that bear flowers are called as flowering plants, while the plants that never bear flowers are called as non-flowering plants. Non-flowering plants may not have organs like root, stem, leaves. Fine, children? Now, children, see, we'll see the world's largest and the world's smallest one. The world's largest flower is found in Indonesia. The diameter of the flower of plant Rafflesia arnoldi is about 1 meter. The world's smallest flower is of the plant called Wolffia or duckweed. Its diameter is as small as 0.5 millimeter. Fine, children? Yes. We see different plants growing in different places around us, right? Plants can be classified according to their habitat or the place where they grow. Land, water, marshy areas, deserts, and even a big tree are the various habitats of the plants. Fine, children? You can see, children, the figure. Yes, plants can live in water. Next, you can see a desert. Next, you can see on land, right, children? So, plants are everywhere, in land, on water, and in air. Okay. Next, we'll see about diversity and classification in plants. Different animals have developed different shapes to survive in the environment. Yes, children, agree? There is a great variety in the body structure of animals too. The amoeba that cannot be seen with our eyes, the huge elephant, the small snail, the fishes that swim in water, a kite that flies high in the sky, butterflies that flit around flowers, a house lizard that crawls on a wall are all animals, and each has different characteristics or features. Okay, children? Some are aquatic animals, some are terrestrial animals, some are amphibian animals, some are reptile animals. Okay? So, all these are basically the different kinds of animals, and each one has a different characteristic. Fine, children? Yes. Then, animals have body parts like head, neck, torso, tail, and limbs. Yes, children? For a moment, they have various organ systems which carry on various functions inside their body. Okay, children? So, children, there are variety of plants and animals like aquatic, terrestrial, amphibian, reptiles, means crawling animals, etc. And all of them have a different characteristic of living. They have different features, they have different characteristics, and based on that characteristics we are able to identify which kind of animal or which kind of plant it is. Okay, children? Then animals have body parts like head, neck, torso, a tail, and limbs. Okay? There are various organ systems in body which carry out various functions inside their body, and in this respect too there is a lot of diversity in the plants. For example, plants like for example, animals like giraffes are tall, yes, compared to giraffes. Lion and tiger are small, but children, lion and tiger, they have more energy than giraffes, right, children? We can see cat, we can see dog, we can see many of these animals on our earth, right? But all have their different classification, their different characteristic, their different features. Okay, children? Did you all understand about the word diversity and classification? Yes. Children, the next part of the chapter we'll be dealing with in our next lecture. Thank you.